Well, firstly, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for attending today. It's a really exciting and historical day for the football club, and that will announce our leadership group, but also our vice captain and our captain for the inaugural season, AFLW 2020. So without further ado, our leadership group will comprise of Maddie Collier, Courtney Gard, Alicia Jans. Our vice captain will be Dana Hooker, and our captain for 2020 will be Emma Swanson. So again, a fantastic day for our football club. It's been a really thorough process in terms of the players voting and certainly discussions with the board and obviously the powers to be. So a fantastic opportunity for Emma, and we're just rapt to have her as our inaugural captain. So thank you.
Emma, what do you feel like you're going to bring to the group this year?
I think if I can just be myself as much as possible, and I like to try and, I guess, stay really consistent with what I bring, and just a bit of energy. And obviously there's the on-field component of leadership that hopefully I feel quite confident I can bring, and just in regards to communication and knowing, I guess, what LD wants of the playing group, and certainly off-field, just building relationships with the girls and forming really good connection.
Being an inaugural vice captain before at GWS, do you think you can bring some of that experience this first year as captain? Yeah,
it was good to, I guess, a bit of an apprenticeship with Amanda at the Giants in the first year, and I was a bit younger, obviously 3 years ago, and I feel like probably from 3 years ago to now I've been on a pretty big journey myself, a couple of injuries, and I think that's just made me a stronger person off the field, and I'll definitely use that as a bit of learning going forward.
It's a pretty special announcement, isn't it, being the first ever captain of the team, and historically it'll never be forgotten. What do you think about that honour?
I guess I'll probably think about it, I guess, more in depth, or not that I don't appreciate it now, but probably in 10 years' time reflecting on it, I'll really be able to reflect on it. It's been an overwhelming couple of days, but I'm completely honoured, and first and foremost just really proud to be part of such a good footy club, and then secondly to that, represent such a good group of girls.
Yeah, you've been part of a team that's built from the ground up before with GWS. Do you feel like you'll bring some knowledge to help this team ahead of their first season?
Yeah, I think the Eagles as a footy club has run the academy for the last 18 months, and sort of had a couple of years to get ready for this year. So it doesn't feel like at the moment that we've started a team from scratch. I guess nothing relates back to that first year. The whole competition was new. There was a lot of, I guess, teething problems and a lot of unknown. I feel like we're really well prepared as a footy club going into next year.
Why did you leave the Giants then? What was it that was attractive? Obviously coming home was part of it, but what attracted you to come back to West Coast?
I think first and foremost, just being home with my family is a huge thing for me, and footy is a massive thing in my family. So to be able to share, I guess, the journey that we have, and such a special time to play AFL at the highest level with my parents, and be able to have them come to training and spend that time with them. Probably a bit of lifestyle balance as well, and obviously being away from home, I found it really hard to sort of settle. Coming back here, and the draw card of such a good footy club, and the program that these guys have put together definitely made it easy to say yes to come home.
You're a Mandurah girl and from East Fremantle as well. What made you pick West Coast over the Dockers? I'm sure there would have been interest from them.
Just I guess the excitement of starting something from scratch, and coming back and playing for a club that I didn't support growing up, but my family supported really heavily. So good colours, and really good footy club.
You supported the Dockers, is that right?
I actually supported Collingwood just quietly.
Is that right?
How's your shoulder holding up? How's your shoulder holding up after missing most of all of 2019 season?
Yeah, it's come a long way for the last, I guess, 9 months. I think I had surgery in February, so it was really great for me to be able to move back from Sydney and link straight up with the Eagles and do my full rehab with the staff here, and ease into training, I guess, through the academy, and then obviously start pre-season 100% ready to go. So it's feeling really good.
You played GWS, you also went up to Darwin for a little bit, and now you're back here. What have you learnt from travelling around and all those different experiences?
I really love home. I think being able to travel and play footy is really special. I loved Darwin. I loved the time playing up there, and to be able to play in the VFL from a state or a territory that isn't actually in Victoria was really special, and just building relationships with other people and friendships that I'll have forever now, and I'm glad that I did it, and I loved every moment of it, but yeah, really happy to be back.
The women's league is obviously taking big strides. What's your message to young Eagles fans out there that are little girls that want to play?
I think it's just really special now that it is so open, and any young girl who really wants to play footy can go to their local club and kick the footy, and I think just do what you really want to do, and if you love the game, play it.
What's your journey? What was it? Was it Auskick, or did you start another sport? Can you take us through how you got to the stage?
Yeah, I played a little bit of footy with the boys. I think it was under 12, so I played at Warnbro Swans. Under 12s was, I think, the limit that you couldn't play anymore, and I was pretty disappointed, as most of it's a pretty common story that girls have, that they were told that they couldn't play at that time. So I went off and just dabbled in a lot of different sports and never really had a passion like I do for footy. I played basketball and would take my footy to basketball training as a 16-year-old. So eventually found Peel Thunder Women's Club and went down there as a pre-season for my basketball and never went back to basketball. So I was lucky enough to find the Women's League at an earlier age than some people, but really happy now that girls can play the whole way through.
Luke, you've got two fantastic leaders with plenty of AFLW experience. How valuable is that for you as a first-year coach?
Oh, extremely valuable. Yeah, we've obviously have Dana in the vice captain role, supporting Emma, and those two players have significant experience in the AFLW and will lead this group tremendously well. I'm really confident with that, and both players bring really strong leadership skills in their own right. Our list has some fantastic emerging leaders as well, which is great, and we can't think of two better role models in Dana and Emma to lead our group going into the start of next season. What was
the process for deciding who was the captains in the leadership group?
Yeah, I mentioned it was a really thorough process. We had a vote last week, so the group have been together for a while now. So we've given the group an opportunity to, I guess, look at which players they really felt could lead the group officially. And so we went through the voting process, which was really thorough. We gave the girls an opportunity to actually make some thoughtful comments around which players they really wanted to have in those leadership positions. And it's really similar to the way the men's program have voted on their captains. So we're really confident that process was really thorough, and we move forward with that.
What made you choose Emma? What is the standout for her to make her captain?
Great question. She's just such a natural leader. She's a fantastic young person. She leads in her own way. She's genuine. She trains really hard, so she sets really high standards for the group, which is really important for our program, and obviously in the preparation to the start of the season. And probably the biggest thing with Emma is she naturally connects our group, and our players look up to her. They're looking forward to having her as their captain, and I know they're going to walk pretty tall when they take the field with her.
Emma, what's your expectation now for 2020 from the playing group? Do you see finals? Do you see 40,000 people at Optus Stadium on the 15th of February when you take on the Dockers?
Yeah, I think the round 2 game against Freo is going to be a huge week for us, and it's a piece of history that we can all treasure, that we've been a part of. In terms of 2020, I think I'd be really happy to lay some really good foundations for years to come. What success looks like, it's a real unknown for us. It's the first time our teams played together. But yeah, for me and hopefully Luke as well, that success is just laying a really strong foundation for the years to come.
How do you feel when you hear what Luke just said about you? How does that make you feel?
Probably not uncomfortable, but it's hard to hear about yourself when you're sitting right next to him. But a bit overwhelming and I guess proud as well, and excited.
Why do you think you got the job, and particularly ahead of Dana, who everybody looks up to? You must be pretty special. What's special about you?
I hope that I just build really good relationships with the girls, and I guess it's a part of my leadership that I've had to work on over the years, and what I do and say on field comes quite naturally to me. It's off the field that I've had to work on, and I guess that's paying off if the girls have said that they connect, and hopefully I bring a good energy, and
Are you ready for all the official duties too? You'll have to go along with Luke Shuey and attend and those sort of things?
I hope so. I think it's great opportunity, something that I'll be forever grateful for, and as I said before, reflect back on in 10 years' time, and probably really reflect and think how special was that.
And will you guys pick each other's brains a bit, the men and the women? Do they sort of interchange a bit, like Bunger and Shu and that?
Yeah, we were able to have a good interaction with the boys last week, and do some team building games, and they're floating around the club as we're sort of coming into training. They're sort of finishing up their training, so there's a pretty good crossover there, and for Boots I'd love to pick his brains, and we both wear number 13, so hopefully it's a good sign for the footy club.
I think we're really lucky. We've got Darren Glass at the club at the moment. We've got Shannon, you mentioned, Luke, obviously, so, Ross Glendinning, former captains of the club. So I guess as a football club, we're really fortunate that we can lean on these past captains in terms of giving Emma some really strong leadership, focuses going forward.
You were the number 13, are you, next year?
Yeah, I'll be 13 next year.
What do you think you guys can achieve next year? Do you think it's a bit ambitious to think you could go all the way in your first year?
You may answer that, or you? I think that probably is a bit ambitious. I think we're realistic that this is a really strong competition, but I think we're building our program. We're going to back it in. We've certainly planned. We've resourced our program really well. As Emma mentioned, we're laying a really strong foundation for not only next season but following seasons. And certainly we're realistic that this is a national competition, and we're going to have to be at our best to be competitive, and that's why we're really putting a lot of time and effort into making sure that this group of players are so well prepared that come pre-season games and then round one against Collingwood, we need to be ready to go.
And then who do you look up to? I mean, it's easy in footy because there's so much history, but do you have role models or even mentors or whatever in other female footballers?
In terms of, I guess, other players, like Hooks is someone that I'm going to lean on a lot over the coming 6 months, and she's a fantastic person, someone I've known for a really long time, and we've probably, organically sought out each other over the last couple of years. So she's definitely one, and it's going to be exciting to work closely with her. I guess LD and Sells are heavily involved in the program as well, and they're both great people to lean on and speak to. And we've got Coops, who I've worked with a fair bit over the last couple of weeks, and that's more in like a sort of wellbeing space and a bit of mentoring there. So many role models and people to lean on and look to if I need to, and something I definitely will do.
How do you feel the team's gelling so far?
We've got a really special group. I was saying to LD last night that I don't think I've been a part of a group that sort of feels like what we do, and we've sort of come from everywhere, and I didn't really know what to expect. You've got some girls who play against each other in the off season in the waffle, so and some girls who play with each other. Really different dynamic, but you sort of come into these four walls and all your club gear's off, and we're all sort of one, and I think we've gelled really, really well.
Sounds like the start of the men's team. They start. Who should we watch out for? Who do you think could be big this season?
Yeah, I think Neve Kelly's someone to me who's stood out over training. So she's come from Ireland and she's just got some wheels on her. She's quite fast and she's picked up sort of the Australian game really well. So I think, her skills have stood out to me. There's many girls who have stood out. Michaela Bowen's another one who trains really hard and just got a strong body on her for such a little girl. But she's one that definitely trains hard and has stood out over the last couple of weeks.
How much harder do you think the women work, given that all of you have full-time jobs and as well as training? How does that balance go, and how do you deal?
It is tough. I think, like I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't really hard, and obviously there's a part of me that wishes that I could do this full time, and I'm sure a lot of the other girls feel the same, but at the same time I think it offers real good balance in your life. And for me, I know that I can go to work and I'm not a footballer and I'm there to do my job, and I walk in here and I'm a footballer, so there are definitely positives to it. But like you get to sort of Thursday night and it's like, come on, keep going, body. Another sort of late night. But I guess there's challenges with everything. One of the biggest challenges is getting your uniform washed for the next day.
Does that aggravate you, the fact that you have to do that still? Or do you see yourself as a trailblazer and eventually down the track, the little girls coming through will be the beneficiaries of all this?
It's bittersweet because I guess you can be a little bit bitter about, like I wish it was me right now. And it's for the Michaela Bowens of the world. By the time she sort of gets to my age, she might be doing this full time and making a pretty good living out of it. So, like, I guess in that sense, it's like, I wish I was just a bit earlier. But at the same time, you're laying the path for all these girls to come through, and a couple of the under 18 girls who have come to training with us the last couple of weeks. Fantastic, just their skills, and they're going to be pushing girls like me out of my spot in 5 years' time, probably sooner. So it's really exciting to see that side of it.
When you were 12 years old and football ended, did you ever think you'd be here today?
I always said that I would, but I thought I'd be playing with the boys. No, I think it's a funny one. Like you could never have a poster of a female footballer up on your wall and say, I want to do this. You always had to sort of look to netball or basketball at the time. So no, I didn't think I'd be at an AFL club representing AFLW, and it's a bit overwhelming.
I heard you say this, being a girl was a bit frustrating even. Was it a bit like that when you got kicked out of footy? That sort of thing?
Like I said before, it's a really common story for especially sort of the trailblazers of the AFLW. We were told that you couldn't play a sport that you love and a sport that I was brought up on as a child because you're female. So like it's a bit frustrating, but I think it just sort of stoked the fire and makes me love the game even more, and sort of I guess be more grateful for where I am now that I got told that I couldn't play as little as 11 years ago. So
what's your dream for one day? What's your dream for one day? Do you want the girls and men to be exactly equal, or what's your hope for the future of women's football?
I think if we could get to a spot where you have a really good opportunity to be the best athlete you can and to be elite in what you do. Like I said before, there's challenges with having to maybe sit at a desk for 8 or 9 hours a day and then rock up to training after you've been sitting down, or we've got a chippy in the team who goes and does physical work, and I don't think that gives us sort of the best chance to be an elite athlete. So to me, sort of, I'd just like to see girls get the opportunity to give everything they can to being the best they can be.